So a couple of things you want to think about when you're actually taking your grip on the bar. You want to make sure you're digging your hand into the bar. If you have it higher up in your hand, your wrist will have a hard time keeping itself locked in while benching. Basically, to fix this, we want to get the bar down to the palm of your hand and take a firm grip on the bar. And basically throughout the whole entire set, you want to think about squeezing the bar as tightly as you can. So here's how this looks for most people when they get set up for the bench. They're grabbing the bar, they're getting set up, and for some reason they automatically grab right here. And you don't want the bar up here on the top part of your hand, because that's just gonna make it so when you unrack the bar, see how my wrists are naturally bent back without me doing anything? Not good. So instead, try this. Put your hand all the way down at the bottom of the bar as deep as you possibly can, and then squeeze your fingers over the top of the bar. And that's gonna make sure you're in the right position throughout the whole entire set. Then when you unrack the bar, you're already in a good position, your wrists aren't locked back, and then just by squeezing the bar, every single rep's gonna be locked in and your wrist isn't gonna bend back. By locking your wrist into a position like this and keeping the bar rolling back and bending into an awkward position, you're actually gonna be able to transfer more power into the bar, which is gonna let you bench more weight and build more muscle. And the reason for that is simple. If you're benching and your wrist is in this position, all that force going from your forearm up into the bar is all the way back here. So every time you press, you're benching a very awkward angle. You're not able to put all the power from your forearm and your arm, your chest, your shoulders, triceps, everything into the bar directly. So by having that wrist in that normal neutral position right here, everything's gonna be driving up when you're actually benching, so you're able to bench more weight. And another way we can actually fix this is by using something called the Bulldog grip. And the way this works is you rotate your palm to get the bar directly across the crease of your hand. This is gonna allow the bar to be situated directly over your forearm and decrease the wrist pain by locking you into the correct position. Here's how we do this. So getting set up for the Bulldog grip is gonna be pretty simple. Instead of putting your hands right up in here, you're gonna rotate your hands out slightly and grab onto the bar over the top. And this is gonna make it so you automatically tuck your elbows when you're actually doing the bench press. So basically by rotating the palm, you're gonna get the bar directly across the crease of your hand. This will allow the bar to be directly situated over your forearm and decrease the wrist pain by locking you into the best grip possible. So you can take these two tips and combine it with wearing wrist wraps correctly on your heavy sets to really lock your wrist into the strongest position possible. I'll show you how most people do it, and then I'll show you the correct way to do it so you can take advantage of it. So here's how people usually do it. They put their wrist wrap around here, and then they kind of just pull it across their hand in a straight line all the way across, and that's basically it. So as you can see, it's right around my wrist, technically, but it's giving me no support whatsoever. This is the wrong way to do it. This isn't how you should be wrapping your wrist whatsoever. I'm gonna show you guys how to do it correctly now. So, show you guys with my right arm this time. So what you want to be thinking about doing is taking that wrist wrap, grabbing it right up here as high as you possibly can, and holding onto it. Then what you're gonna do is you wanna do an X pattern. So start right here, wrap it across as an X so it's getting up into the palm of your hand. Then bring it back on the other side, go across again in an X formation, and then one more wrap across the top just to lock it in. By doing this, as you can see, it's very hard for my wrist to go back. I cannot physically go back beyond this point. So combining that with the Bulldog grip I showed you guys before and actually squeezing the bar as hard as you possibly can, on a heavy bench press, your wrist isn't gonna get bent back whatsoever. So if you're one of those people that finds you're having issues with your wrist bending back and your bench press is being held back because of it, try these tips out and let me know if they helped you out. After all, getting a bigger bench press is something that a lot of people aspire to do, but a lot of people are doing it incorrectly with their form. So fixing your wrist, which is the main position where you're driving all of that power up into the bar, needs to be done. Also, if you're new to this channel and you'd like to see how to get stronger and build more muscle, start now by subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you don't miss anything. And also one last thing, if you're wrapping your wrist properly, they should be turning purple after a little while. If not, it's probably, too loose. So just get in there, wrap that thing as tight as you possibly can, as tight as it will possibly go. And, it's pretty hard to open your hands up if you do it correctly. So try it out. Thanks, guys.